Hello, I'm Mike Penny. Welcome to the Paragon Company. Since this is our first episode, but our recorded sessions didn't start right away, I decided to give a summarized version of the first few sessions in order to catch you up for the events to follow. We begin our tale with 6 young recruits arriving in the rural hamlet of Enfant, a small farming community in the northern reaches of Mistra, a country made up of many different peoples from all walks of life. Archie, a young human man who lost his legs in an accident, wheels along in his chair, and Akira, a red Oni woman with a great club lined with shark's teeth, arrive together. They come from the same city, Blackburn. They also worship Centella, the goddess of knowledge and creation, and coincidentally are just the cutest dark company. Grabak, the wealthy son of the Kensington estate, is a half-orc gentleman, at least until he's in a fight with him. Trax, a young Eladrin drow, carrying a strange blade and the weight of the world on his back. Tom, he found a flyer to join a guild and mistook it for a free lunch. And finally, Lyra Reisker, a fairy with a large magical book in search of her missing father. Once they all arrive, they meet Greg Colbrade, an older dwarf man, long black hair, and a bit of a limp. They had all met here to pass a trial to join the Guild of Adventurers and Monster Slayers, the Paragon Company. Greg tasks them with traveling north of Enfant to an old abandoned military fort, Fort Algus. Greg tells them that it should be a fairly routine run and nothing to worry about. Before they set out, the party talks to several people around town and finds out one of the farmer's sons has gone missing recently. They head out towards Fort Algus. On the road to the fort, the party noticed an unusual number of rats running through the field. Some of them get the feeling that they're being watched. When they reach their destination, they head inside the walls of this abandoned place. They're immediately attacked by rats with strange, glowing eyes. They fight their way through the fort, finding the journal of the farmer's missing son. He writes about running away from home and hiding out here for a few days. He starts to hear things at night and feels like he's being watched. The party reaches a courtyard with a strange symbol painted on the walls in a thick, foul-smelling black liquid. Trax is able to read the thieves' cant written under the symbol. It says, "The King of Rot and Filth." In the final section of the fort, they find the mummified body of the farmer's son, standing as if it was still alive. Grabak goes and touches the body. Suddenly, hundreds of rats pour out of the mouth of the mummified halfling. They seem to control the body like a puppet and attack. The party destroys the rat-swarmed cadaver, and the remaining rats seem to instantly become less aggressive and run away. The party returns to Enfant and tells Grig what happened. He says it will need more investigation. He then passes out badges to each of them and makes them official members. Over the next month, the party, Grig, and the people of Enfant clean up and repair Fort Algus. The Guild wanted it to use as a base in northern Mistra, where there's not much Guild influence. The party take on several jobs, checking out monsters and disappearances. One involving blighted land around Enfant, a tree cursed by the same black ooze as the rats, was creating plant blights and rotting the land. The party was tasked with looking into the disappearance of an old retired human painter and sculptor. It would take about a day by cart to get to the manor of Paragon. When the party arrived, it was almost nightfall, so they decided to camp and search the manor in daylight. However, a group of bandits attacks them in the middle of the night. The party quickly dispatched the bandits, except for their leader. He surrenders and pleads for his life. They tie him up and decide to take him back to Fort Algus when they're finished with their mission. Trax cuts off his thumb as a warning not to try and escape. In the morning, they head into the manor. After exploring and not finding any trace of Perrin, Archie discovers a hidden door in the larder. The party heads down and finds a room with several statues, notes, and vials of blood. It turns out that Perrin couldn't sculpt the way he once could, started to go mad. He captured 2 basilisks and was using them to turn people into stone. The basilisks break out and attack the party. With some clever thinking, Akira uses a large standing mirror to reflect the basilisk's gaze back at them. Upon defeat, they use the basilisk blood to unpetrify the statues, except for one that turned out to be Paragon himself. The party promptly robbed the manor for anything and everything that wasn't bolted down, loaded up their cart, and traveled back to Fort Algus. A few days later, a sample of the black ooze Archie had collected on the first mission broke free from its containment and slid through the halls of Fort Algus. It attacked Tom in his sleep, and he was terribly injured. Luckily, his shouting woke up the rest of the party, and they came to his aid. The party attacked the Shadow Ooze. If not for her Stone's Endurance feature, a critical hit would have killed Akira outright. Luckily, they were able to defeat it. One by one, the party's abilities began to improve exponentially. Archie crafted enchanted armor from his wheelchair and could transform into his alter ego, Guardian Gold. Akira began to realize that wild magic surged through her, and she could control shadows, although her deep-seated disbelief in magic makes her think it is just her ki control. Grabok soon began to take on a beastly wolf-like transformation when his rage takes hold. Trax began to see the ghosts of his past, but soon realized he could harness his past in the form of a shadowy echo. Tom began to hear a strange voice that granted him powers to summon a tentacle creature and use a ritual book. Now, if only he could read. Lyra's book began to speak to her and appear as a magical pop-up book whenever she could cast a spell. Soon, another guild member, whimsical tabaxi bard Grimwalken, arrived at Fort Algus. He asked the party for help in locating his brother Kit, who was supposed to be there when they joined the guild. The party agrees. In the dungeon below Fort Algus, Archie regularly visits the bandit Ozzy Sesk in an attempt to rehabilitate him. He gives him money and hires him to help around the fort. Otto is grateful and asks Archie if he can go to the town of Baenum. His son, Ozzy, is alone and he doesn't know if he's okay. Archie agrees. The party, along with Grim, make their way to Baenum. It takes several days, and along the way, the party save a merchant from a pack of gnolls who have succumbed to the curse of the law demon. Upon arriving in Baenum, the party heads to the local guild hall and meet representatives from some of the other guilds, including the Merchant Guild, Knight's Bounty, and the Entertainment Guild, the Eyes of the Beholder Theater Troupe. In the office for the Paragon Company, the party speak with Fig Jesnick, a young goblin woman who passes out jobs using an unintentionally creepy marionette as a proxy all across Mistral. When the party catches up with Grim, he has gotten them all rooms in a tavern, the Arse's Horse. There, he is finishing up a meeting with a mysterious hooded figure. The figure leaves, and Akira sneaks after him. The figure leaves Baenum by drawing a teleportation circle outside of the town limits. Grim, when pressed, tells the party that he was speaking to Gideon Sylvain, one of the top-ranking members of the guild. The owner of the tavern asks the party if they can check out his storeroom, as his food keeps getting chewed by rats. When the party goes to investigate, they discover more of the infected rats, similar to those they fought at Fort Algus. Now that you're all caught up, we can finally begin.
Yeah. So, you guys wake up the next morning, and you guys can kind of do whatever you feel like. So,
I guess. So basically, all that happened. we just woke up at the tavern.
Yeah.
Kevin wasn't here last time, right? So, Kevin, do you want to do anything since you weren't here? Do you want to find anything out or catch up or anything?
I would like to see. Is there a tailor in town?
Okay. Oh, actually, you guys last time bought a few special items from the local shop, and you had purchased a suit that was seemingly magical.
The one with the tail hole?
Is that like
Pretty
making
sure I
poop?
identified that thing, right?
So when I get a tail eventually.
I identified that thing, right?
Yeah, you identified everything. Just Kevin wasn't here last time. It was a special set of like fancy dress clothes that basically at the end of each day completely mend and clean themselves.
Oh, that is. That's extraordinarily convenient.
Right.
Right?
That's actually pretty cool.
But yeah, so you guys do have that. I don't know if there are any items you guys wanted to try to pass out from last time.
Well, I know that Akira wanted me to study that, but I'm pretty sure Grandma can. I'm
Right.
not like nerding out on.
No, Grandpa can use that. There's no need for him to go unclothed.
Yes.
It's undecorum.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, it's not like I can do it like.
Right. So yeah, I believe we talked about it last time that you could study it like during downtime if you wanted to try to get like the enchantment off of it without.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn
man.
it.
You want to know.
Which my pajamas, my formal pajamas.
Right. Yeah, you've got formal pajamas. So yeah, you guys wake up. Huh?
I said, don't we all?
Yeah, right. Doesn't everyone? No. So I'll say you guys, when you guys wander down from your rooms to the, to the main level of the tavern, you see the tavern owner, and he's like preparing breakfast and stuff. And you see Grim sitting, waiting for you guys at a table.
I guess we want to say, go up to Grim and be like, hi.
So Grim looks up and he looks, a little like, you could tell he kind of like just rolled out of bed. So like his fur is kind of like all over the place. And he's just like, oh, good morning. How are all of you?
Doing good, Grim. You're looking quite grim today. How are you?
Oh, I get it. It's like, so, well, now that you guys have taken care of this tavern owner's little rat problem, I'm pretty satisfied with your ability to do things. Have decided, instead of leaving, I am going to stick around town for a little while, just to see if I can find any leads as to where my brother is going. Do any of you know what you're planning on doing?
Well, speaking of missing children, is there anyone around here? Guards or anyone? Maybe run kids in trouble?
So,
You're
yeah,
hanging out kind of bad, Jesse.
custodien. Have you seen?
Anyways.
No idea what you said.
No, I was asking, like, based on on the subject of missing children, is there anyone in town, like in the guards or anything, that would know about like runaway kids in town or anything like that?
Well, I mean, you could certainly go find a guard. They're usually patrolling around town, but there's also a station at the entrance to town.
Does this
Okay.
town have an orphan area?
I think it does.
always check the orphan area too.
Cards on the table, guys. I put myself down on a promise to look for someone in this town, and I wouldn't mind putting a little bit of effort into it.
That sounds good to me.
All right, so you all remember Autumn, right? My employee, the one tracks cut. Oh yeah, you guys all remember Otto, my newest employee. Tracks cut up some a little while ago.
I actually don't remember, to be honest. Sorry, that's my bad.
I do not recall.
So he
I don't
was the bandit captain you guys fought.
Oh yeah, that guy. Didn't we take his like pinky or some crap?
Trax cut his thumb off.
Ah, there we go. He didn't need that. It's fine.
Yeah, but Archibald has like started to employ him around the fort, and he bought himself like a magic prosthetic thumb.
Oh.
But anyway, as part of me getting him out of jail and getting his loyalty was agreeing to look for his kid who's been missing for a while around this town. And just judging by Otto, I'm guessing that the guards probably at least have seen him around, even if they don't know who he is.
That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But also, if there's an orphanage in town, that's a big, easy, like, something to check out for that, too.
Yeah, why not? Let's ask her around. We can go look for Otto's son, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's. I certainly would like to if everyone else doesn't really have any immediate plans.
I'm
Alright.
not, so I'm down. Rabak is all down for that.
All right. So you guys have breakfast and get your things together, and then when you leave the tavern, do you want to just look around for a guard, or do you want to actually just go right to the guard like tower at the front of the town?
I figured just go straight to the like office, you know.
Okay. So yeah, you guys leave the Arse's horse and head to the entrance of town, and there's like a little office. You see guards kind of coming and going, like definitely more than you guys have seen at like Onfog, where it's just kind of those two guys. This town has like actual like patrolling guards and stuff.
That are competent.
Right. Seemingly so.
They actually like
So-
walk around the town and look for danger and crap.
Right.
Boy, what have we here? In this 4 square foot area.
So you guys go to the guard tower, and standing outside by the gate to the town is like a younger human man. He's kind of tan, has like brown hair. He's standing very like upright and everything. Like you could tell he's trying to look like very professional and like formal.
So wait, where is this?
This is right by their office at the head of town.
Okay. We have badges. I'm just gonna flash my badge and be like, Paragon Company, we're looking for information.
Oh, right you are, sir. What could I be of assistance with?
Do you guys have records of check-ins with runaway kids, that sort of thing? There's a missing boy from a town nearby.
Well, usually if we find any missing children, we turn them over to the orphanage.
Do you all keep a record of that, or do they just go straight there?
Well, I can certainly take a look for you.
If you all wouldn't mind giving me just a little bit of time with your record room, I'm sure I could make quick work of it.
Well, you understand, guild to guild. We, we'll look for you, but we don't want to just pass all our records to other guilds.
I don't think I'm explaining this correctly. Would you mind helping me explain how important this is to the man?
Game.
But whatever Archibald was saying before the audio for you guys cut out.
Oh, well, what I was saying to my good friend Tom was that I'm really bad at articulating to people, and it would help me if you would help explain why it's so important that we find this missing child and maybe even get a look at those records, just because I am an expert, what is archivist? I actually am an expert archivist. It's part of my background.
Okay, so Tom hears a request, and Tom's like, don't worry, Archie, I got this. And
Honestly, I only ask you to do this sort of thing, Brian, because I always love seeing how you decide to approach what I thought would be a simple request.
I mean, this time I'm gonna make it real simple, just because it's a simple request. But we'll see how that actually turns out, right? So, Tom, puffs up. He's like, "All right, I got this. I am Big Tom in house," and he walks towards the guard, right? He's like, "Mr. Guard, hello, I am Tom." He puts out his hand or his tentacles for a handshake. He's like, "My best buddy over here requires your services because we are looking for a missing child. Do you have a child, sir?"
Oh, no, I do. Haven't met the right lady yet. but I mean, I get it. It's a serious matter, but we're not supposed to, give other guilds our records.
Well, you see, you can learn valuable experience here. You said that you don't have a lady at the moment, right? Well, if you help us, then you can actually practice, basically learning about children and interacting with kids, because all ladies like kids. Yeah.
I want to join the guild.
What?
I want to join the guild. Can I join your guild?
You want to join the Hand of the Polis?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I'm not the right person to talk about that sort of thing.
I'm sorry for using my many armed friend here, but we would like to join the guild. If we were a member of the guild, we'd be able to look at the records, right?
Well, if you got stationed here, sure. But I mean, it's like lots of training, and you gotta go and get fitted for a uniform and.
I have a uniform. This is my uniform.
Well, no, but you need one of these uniforms.
I just want to join the guild. Do I do?
You do.
No, I don't. The rules don't apply to me.
Mike, while this is happening, I have +2 stealth and +2 sleight of hand. Can I see if Grabak can sneakily sneak past this guy while he's getting bombarded with guild requests?
Sure. Give me a stealth check.
19.
Oh damn! All right, yeah. So while he's being like, did you just draw a cat in high heels?
I did.
Nice.
Great.
So while they're like kind of bugging this dude, right? You just kind of, you're not even really necessarily sneaking. You just literally walk around like him because he's like getting flustered, obviously, and like just walk into the room.
Good. I will then look around for anything that looks like it could potentially hold a record of a missing child or like a vagrant thief child.
All right, you want to give me an investigation check?
$11.
11. All right, so you're looking around, and you snuck in. You feel pretty confident that you're gonna find something, and then when you walk in, it's just shelves and shelves of paperwork, and you're just like oh dear, and like you grab random you grab random like reports and you see stuff, you know, just regular like criminal activity, you know, people getting into bar fights, drunken, disorderly type stuff. You find a couple reports about like citizens who took a chance wandering into the old town and not coming back out, you know, that kind of stuff.
Can I poke my head out the door and sit and like wave to Tom like get over here?
Sure.
And she can use the tentacles to search through the books faster, maybe.
I mean, well, okay, really quick meta thing. Remember that Tom is nearly illiterate.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, remember that. So yeah, he could go in there, but
Nearly though. He's learned some more.
yeah.
Like, can we teach the tentacles to look for the word child?
Yeah.
Or ragamuffin or thief?
But that being said, that was like a meta thing. If you're gonna do it, you should just go for it, right? Because the character, you know, like.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke my head out and signal to Tom like, get over here.
Okay. Tom sees, you know, Grabok's like, you know, flailing, and is the guard still engaged with Akira?
Well, so like you and Akira are both talking to him, like standing in front of him, talking to him. The way I imagine is you were like, you know, we can help you, you know, meet kids and maybe find a lady friend. And she's just like, I want to join the guild. Let me join the guild. What are you doing? You know?
Of our 6 in stupidity.
I know.
Okay, well, at this point, I guess, I mean, Tom is not a stealth person, so Tom just says, yeah, you know what, you're right, my best buddy here, Akira, would like to join you, okay, so I'll let you guys handle that, and he just kind of like sidesteps around.
I think it would be really funny if your character just out of the blue, just stopped talking to him and walked right past him.
Walks
even,
over.
Like, cut it off, just stops like, okay.
Bye.
Bye.
He doesn't leave normally because, you know, he knows how a human body works, but he doesn't really care right now. So the way he does it is he kind of does this thing where he like body rolls away. Like, yeah, like he literally just like flattens, like he's talking, goes, okay, I'm done, bye, and like flattens, and then you just see him kind of like come up and like walk.
Right, I'm just like this the whole time, like Zoidberg, like whoop, whoop, whoop. It's just...
So they're like, you know, he's just like, I'm sorry, miss, I'm really not the right person to talk to about joining the guild.
Who do I talk to, if not you?
Well, it'd be my commander, but he's not in right now. His name's Gavin Kosh.
Where's Gavin? I want to meet Gavin. Where do I meet him? How?
He's on patrol right now. He should be. Huh?
Where's the patrol? When does it end?
He walks around town, you know.
Where in
All over.
How do you not know where he's patrolling? Does he not have a patrol route?
Yeah, but it's in there.
Go get it. I want to be a part of this.
No.
All right, fine.
There, don't go in there. Go be a part of this guild.
He turns.
Grabot pokes his head out and like hand across the throat, like no.
Hey, what are you doing in there?
Hit him off the back of the head with the No.
Grabot flashes his badge really fucking quick and says, official business, you don't need to know.
Well, I should know. This is our post. If you guys are in the Paragon company, you shouldn't be in here. I'm gonna have to call for backup if you don't.
Oh my god.
Can I roll an intimidation check, please?
Sure. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to let me roll real quick.
Oh, can I assist, please?
Sure, but you gotta tell me how you do it.
Me too. I wanna. Yeah, let's do this. I'm so sorry.
So I'll give Grabok advantage and tell me like what you guys do to help him.
I was gonna hand him my hat.
Oh shit!
Oh dear.
Is he sitting at a desk?
Say again?
He's sitting at a desk.
Well, no, he's outside, like, talking to you guys, like, in the street. Yeah.
I think we're indoors for some reason.
No.
So I was gonna hand him my hat and walk up to him like, listen, I can explain all of this. But if you just mind holding my chapeau.
What are Tom and Akira doing as well?
Oh, so Tom like holds up his tentacles, like all of them, like you know, like a peacock, and he's just like waving it like really menacingly, really close to the guard. And he's all like, he's like, if you don't turn around right now, these tentacles are gonna go somewhere we don't want them to go.
What's Akira do?
I lift my bat and I go, I will destroy this. I will destroy you.
Alright, Grandpa.
Outpost.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage from everyone else. He's kind of ganging up on this poor guard.
I just need to point out that this was supposed to like start out real simple, and then Akira just fucks it up.
18.
I get him to turn around.
I was super ready to just leave if this didn't work out, but here we are.
There we are.
Like, no, don't tell him to go there.
No, I was like, damn.
But I rolled an 18.
Alright, so he's holding your hat, like without even realizing it, from like you telling him to take it, and him being like so just freaked out by everyone around him kind of ganging up on him. And like also keep in mind, he's a pretty average.
Also tap Gravok for guidance in this situation. I was avoiding doing it for everybody else and stuff, but this feels like a pinnacle moment.
So I'd say that you would have had to have done it already. And
Okay.
trust me, you don't need it. So he's so like freaked out by Tom like threatening to do God knows what with the tentacles, and Akira just like, I'll crush you with this bat. And like also he's a pretty, right, like he's a pretty small statured human, and like 2 of the 3 people intimidating him are like larger than life. You know? So he just like before he even realizes how like what's going on, he's like holding Gravok's top hat, and he's just like, all right, okay, you know, this isn't fair. You Paragon company people, just because you fight big monsters and crap doesn't mean you should push us around. But
You
anyway, all right, fine. Let me come on. And he just backs away and goes into the house.
As I follow him in, I'm gonna be like, honestly, you know, you're right. We get into so much trouble fighting basilisks and bandits that I think we forget how to interact with people sometimes. I'm sorry.
Also, if you tell anybody about what we did here today, I will come back here and personally rip you in two.
Yeah. He kind of looks at Grava.
Also, what is the order of Lunaris?
What?
Oh, the Order of Polis, right? Or the Hand of Polis?
Oh. I was like, that's not something I have invented for this. No,
Yeah.
You should, because that sounds really cool.
So he's just like, first, before he answers Akira's question, he just kind of leans over to Archibald and he's like, why is he talking like that all of a sudden?
Also, why is he a wolf?
He's what we like to call a method adventurer. When he adventures, he gets into full character, and that character is a monster. So while he's like this, is he still holding the hat?
Yeah, like he's still holding the hat.
I just gently take the hat from his hands, and I go and I motion to grab him. I'm like, hey, come here, and like I just poop it back in his head.
Oh, I do apologize, but a point needed to be made.
So we're super sorry, but for reference, we're not liars. And if you do tell anyone about this accident between us, he may come back and dismember you. So it'd be better if you just tell all about it.
All right, fine. Let me get you the records. All right.
You are
You're great.
You are by far, sir, my favorite member of the Hand of the Polis outside of Blackburn.
Also, I know your name.
Also, Grabacto.
What does the Order of the Polis do?
Give me a deception roll, bro.
Military from invading our military from being held a presence in our towns. Their local militia.
Okay.
I have a +3, but I rolled an 8. I got an 11.
Dope. That's about 10.
I didn't give you guys my name.
On your name tag.
he looks down and his badge just says Jamed on it. He's like, shit. all right, fine. Let me go get what you're looking for. And he goes in the back, and he's gone for a couple minutes.
So while he's gone, I'm just gonna kind of like huddle everybody up and be like, okay, so that worked out somehow, but like we really gotta like especially when we're working with like other members of other guilds, keep it on like the positive side of interactions versus the threatening side of interactions if possible.
Understood.
Tom nods and like his tentacles nod too, and he's just kind of like, oh, so next time I'll give him a Tom kick before we leave, and that'll smooth things over.
Actually, we probably should give him a Tom kick before we leave anyways.
Yeah.
But like, guys, don't let this make you think that I'm not really proud. You handled that so well. We're getting in. I can't believe it. So like, high fives all around.
Was effective.
Give me a charisma check with your proficiency bonus for cooking.
Okay.
We'll say you cooked you baked some fresh tom cakes at the tavern while you guys were like getting ready to go.
Wow, I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Yeah, with a charisma. Charisma roll is not 20.
What's it with all your mods and stuff?
Okay, so the charisma nat 20 plus 4, 24, and then plus proficiency bonus is 26.
Okay. So yeah, you baked some really fantastic fucking tom cakes this morning.
Wow. Good. Is it enough that like he won't report us to the rest of
Only one way to find out.
Uh-oh.
So after a few minutes, he comes back and he has like a folder with some papers in it. He's like, "All right, so we don't have anything for missing children right now. We do have a potential child abandonment case that we're looking into.
That's
Right. He opens the folder and starts looking through it, and he's like, little young man named Ozzy Sesk. He's been reported home alone, and we keep sending people to try and find him, but he keeps running away."
Is he holding like a file?
Yeah, he's got like a file in his hand.
Okay. Would you mind if I just took a quick look at that?
Sure. And he hands it to you.
I memorize it instantaneously.
Yep. Curse your keen mind.
I was really hoping he didn't want to give it willingly, and I was just going to take it from him and hand it to you.
Well, I was going to have one of you guys do something to have it tip so I could glance at it, but we don't need to do that. So the fun part about my feat is that I only need to see it for like a second, so we can do all sorts of bullshit heist crap.
You have like that. Your character literally has an eidetic memory. So
you guys only have to like flash me something for me to know it. So like even if you like he dropped it and I saw it on the ground, that would have been enough. But you've already scared him so much.
Right.
Okay, cool. So that's cool. So
he's like, well, so we've been looking for him. He keeps running away. We keep people patrolled outside his house, but no one ever sees him coming or going.
Has he gotten in any trouble in town, or is he just out and alone?
Well, some people seem to be saying that he's been stealing food and stuff, but we haven't actually caught him in the act or anything.
Okay.
What's he stealing?
Food.
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 So, what's he's isn't that what you're supposed to do when you're surviving?
Doesn't he have a chef?
Don't they have quests? Aren't your children supposed to fend for themselves? I've been stealing food since I was a child. Isn't that normal?
It's certainly permissible by the laws of Sintelha, but not necessarily the laws of the world.
Why aren't you feeding this? Why is your order not feeding this child?
Well, like I said, we can't find him.
Why? That's weird. Find harder?
That's what we're here for.
I know, it's so strange.
Well, anyway, what we planned on doing once we found young Ozzy was bringing him to the Bazuldu Home for Wayward Children, the local orphanage.
How is the orphanage around here? Baenum is certainly a gloomier town than I'm acclimated to.
Well, you know, the woman in charge of the place, between you and me, she's a bit creepy.
Oh, that fits with my experience in the orphanage.
So, you would let this, so maybe.
Anyway, so is there anything interesting in the file they have on Ozzy?
Just that his father was suspected of theft and robbing people on the road and stuff, and we think that's where he went. He probably, I don't know, got himself killed or something.
It's just
No, that's all,
missing a thumb.
that's all true, but he's working things out. But anyways, thank you very much for your help, sir. We do apologize for the mild confusion.
Right. Well, I'm gonna just put this stuff away. Please get out of our office.
Oh, of course. Is there anything else interesting out, like crime reports, or like? I'm just gonna try and steal as much information as I can while we're inside a place we're not necessarily supposed to be.
Also, can I do a quick glance to see if there are any like badges lying around that I could easily pick up?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Also, if not, I may be able. Well, no.
Also, Grubba, if you want me to steal anything, I have proficiency in
Nat
sleight of
20.
hand.
Oh shit. So, with your mods, what is it?
Nat 20. I have +0 perception
Okay.
because I don't think I'm too. I ain't smart.
So,
Or wise. I have a -2 wisdom.
oh wow. So you oh, that was smart picking it as a proficiency then to cancel out the negative. Anyway, so you look around quick, and while he's like, you know, kind of getting ready to walk out of the room again, you do see on the desk there is a badge. It's like a silver badge, similar to the one he's wearing. It kind of looks almost like a heart with like a hole through it.
I am gonna try and take that.
All right.
You might want to listen to what you were saying before, but
I do have a proficiency in sleight of hand, BT dubs.
I'll say that
Because I have a +2 in sleight of hand. What's yours?
5.
I will signal to you stealthily with my eyes. Just like, look at the thing. Like, hey, look at that. Look at that.
Can I get some blood on?
oh, of course. No, I don't do what I was going to say. I gently hold your hand for a second.
Alright. 16.
all right. So he he's putting the files back together and everything. He's just like, All right, well, see yourselves out. And like right as he turns around, Kira just casually snatches it off the table and like slides it into her bag or whatever. Tom cakes. Ryan's not on screen. I don't think he sees
Oh
it.
man,
Oh,
okay.
wait, oh. That's adorable. It looks just like this guy. See, well, let me turn it on. Yeah, it looks just like this guy.
Yeah, you pocket the police badge.
Okay, so I then leave I will leave the office,
All right.
but I will stare him down the entire time as I'm leaving.
It's just like I just need to point out, you guys essentially just like strong arm like a rookie ass like deputy type guy, you know?
Someday we'll make it up to him and make him like we'll help his career or something. We're
Right.
great. We're great.
So he's just like, all right, yeah, okay.
Wait,
And he kind of
wait, before we leave, Tom waves at him really quick and asks, like, what was his name?
it was Jamed Vodev. Yeah.
Tom says, we'll put a good word with your boss, and also here's, a token of our appreciation. And then he pulls out like 2 Tom cakes and hands it to the guy.
Oh, 2.
2 Tom cakes.
Whoa.
One as thanks and one for him to forget.
he takes one, he kind of looks at it and he's like, thanks. And he like takes a bite. He takes a bite to just kind of like humor you guys. And he's just like, oh wow, you could probably become like a banker, like for real, if you wanted to. Ever give up?
I'm gonna just flash out one of our Skull Rocket business cards and be like, what a coincidence. We're gonna be in town for a while, stop by our cart.
Yeah, we'll give you a discount.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, please leave.
Okay.
What was his name? I'm sorry, it's just weird enough that it keeps falling out. What was his name?
Jamed Vodev.
Jamed, okay.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing you around, Jamed. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Great. Bye. And
We know where to call if we need help. And I just sort of wheel away.
as you leave, he's just like just standing there, kind of looking humiliated, and like just shuffling papers, like he's just trying to make himself look real busy while you guys are leaving.
As we leave, I'm gonna say to everybody else, he's gonna love us by the time we leave this town.
Yeah, he will. He'll fall in love with our Tom cakes.
Yeah, I'm gonna break through that icy exterior.
I want to how is Jamed sitting down now, back at his post or whatever?
Well, yeah, he's like kind of sitting at his desk in the office, like just moving papers
Okay.
around.
So this is what I want to do before he leaves. I want to
Weirdly.
when we're leaving, okay, before we leave, or as everyone's leaving, Akira takes her bat and pumps it down, and then bends down, is squatting down next to it. So she's like, I love you, Jamed. Yeah. She goes, is there anyone bothering you in your life?
You have to think of how many of us are there right now? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You guys,
Other than us.
please
Other than us.
please leave.
Okay.
Please.
You should see if you can get an insight on him and see if he's got some success.
Can I get an insight check? Can I see if someone's bothering him?
Sure.
I love a side quest.
That's being bullied by other. Yeah, no, I'll help Jamed. He's my favorite.
Inside check.
Sure. Give me
Can I get a guidance?
Of course.
16 plus. I got an 18.
So yeah, no, you can tell like he's gone from like scared of you guys to annoyed with you guys to like now just way more scared than he was initially of you guys.
This is what I want to let him know. I'm like, look, you've done a great service for us tonight. If anyone in your life bothers you and you want something done to make your life better, just let us know. You gave your business already. Thank you so much, Jamad.
We'll end them for you.
I'm a policeman. I'm not gonna hire people to kill someone from.
What if we don't charge for it?
We also fight monsters and find missing children.
I look at him, and Akira has like the most hurt look on her face. Her eyes turn glassy. She goes, I wasn't talking about killing someone. I was talking if your like cat got stuck in a tree. Or like you needed something out of old Baenum.
She can jump.
And I can jump. Look at me, and I do a backflip from a squat.
He's just like, okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe if you want to try to find this kid then.
Now,
Oh
Jamad,
man.
how do you know that you're a good Jamad? And I just put a gold coin on his desk.
Akira palms the coin. He doesn't take bribes. He's a cop.
We don't know that yet. You
He
didn't like.
did. He did. He said he was.
Oh, did we already try to bribe him?
No. He said I was gonna kill someone. He was like, I'm not gonna hire someone for killing.
I just thought he was a good dude. He didn't want somebody murdered.
he's just watching you guys like talk back and forth, and he's just like, you can all see he's like starting to shake a little bit. Like he's just like he's in some.
Look
Wait.
how upset he is when you took the gold. Put it back on the desk.
Can I give him one of the pipes that I carved?
Sure.
I just play. I don't even say anything. I walk up. I place it on the desk, like shift it towards him, like in a
Oh, that's
real
cool.
like scraping it along the desk, like real slow, like, and just pull my hand back and then walk away.
Down to the desk from the pipe, fucking grinding it.
He's just grinding it into like there's a noticeable line in the desk now.
You just dug a big line across his desk.
And just like
in the groove for enough from now on.
He's just like, okay. Please leave. Please.
All right, so we're gonna go check out. I guess so. We have Ozzy's address, right?
Yes.
Is there anything else in the file that stands out?
No. So you've got, you do in the file there is a description. He's a rather pale human child. He has curly black hair, and he's about 12 years old.
Okay, I'm gonna use my my magical item five items a day, like
Yeah.
level 1 thing. I forgot what it was called. To make like effectively like a descriptive like a description sketch.
Okay.
Because I can make an image with it, and it can be like a complicated image. So I can make like Archibald's impression of a person based on that, which would be a relatively rough sketch, but not like, anything. It would, at least if we're asking around, it's something.
Yeah. What item is that?
It is one of my it's one of my level 1 artificer abilities.
Yeah. Oh,
It's like
okay. Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
It rarely comes up, but in this situation, it is exactly what you need.
So here, give me an intelligence check.
I can do that. Can I do the routine with it?
Sure.
All right.
You can give yourself guidance.
Yes, or I would have taken it. Not that I don't love helping you guys, but I need that guidance.
You are not a support character.
I am.
Here we
And
are.
by me succeeding, I support you. Give me 1 second because D&D Beyond is being away.
Why don't we call ourselves the Paragon Company when we really should just be called the Renegade Company?
Sick. That's what, okay, I like Skull Rockets, guys, but that's what our company should be called.
The Renegade
The
Company.
Renegade
Yeah.
Company.
Obviously, we should be the best playstyle, which is the Paragon Company. Hey!
That is
So-
absolutely.
So I will say, just so you guys know, and you would have heard about it a little bit throughout your, because some of you are familiar with other people in the guild, that the guild is called the Paragon Company, but eventually they do have your teams come up with team names for themselves.
Well,
Yeah. So like eventually you guys will pick a name for yourself.
the Renegades.
And I rolled super bad, so it was an 11.
Wow, what did you roll?
I rolled a 5 twice.
Oh damn.
Flat, really?
So-
Wow. That sucks. Sorry, dude.
So,
Yeah, I'm hurt. I haven't rolled below like 20 something in such a long time.
so you looking back at you read the description again of what Ozzy looks like, and using the description, and what you feel is a very good depiction based on like family history and stuff, knowing Otto, and you draw essentially one of those like Tales of Wanted posters that are real bad. Like it looks like a child body, but then he has like a big grizzled jaw and like stubble and stuff. Like it's basically a kid with Otto's face.
That's what I thought you were getting at.
Yeah.
It'd be super useful. Archibald can tell. All right, so as we make our way to Ozzy's house, I'm gonna just have Tom and Akira show this poster to people and ask if this boy.
So we'll just say you start going up to random people, right? And like you go up to like this old halfling woman. You're like, "Do you know this person?" And she goes like, "No, can't say I do." And like, you're like, "All right." You go up to another person. There's like an orc guy just walking around, and he's like, kind of looks like Otto that used to live in town.
Oh yeah, it's you know his son.
Well, I know he has a kid. Yeah.
Were you aware that him and his son were separate? He and his son were separated, and that young Ozzy is still in town.
No, I haven't seen Otto in a while, but I haven't seen Ozzy either. I figured maybe they moved.
Well, thank you for your help.
And he kind of nods and walks away.
I wonder if this girl is an old man.
God, I hope not.
I think he is. If no one has seen him around here, I think just so Akira, you know, because she's been on her own for a while, got to hide from all types of authorities. I think that he's likely hiding out in Old Baenum, and then during the day he comes into town and steals
So-
food.
Hypothetically, when we get to young Ozzy's house, if no one's home, how comfortable are you all investigating a place illegally for the sake of someone's well-being?
100%.
Are you saying like that to the group?
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, thumbs up.
Tom says, "What does illegal mean?"
It means that if we don't get caught, it's totally fine. But if the guards catch us, we'll be in trouble.
It's like when you ate the bad Jello. It was only bad because the Jello tried to kill us.
Oh, I see. So if I don't try to kill anyone, it's not bad.
That's always true.
Okay. So Tom like puts away his knife. I'm just kidding.
I know, I mean, like Archibald is going to constantly try to impress upon Tom the importance of Saturday morning cartoon rules. Like, you can literally maim a dude, but if you kill him, that's wrong.
Oh, I see. Tom kind of nods and and he kind of reshapes his tentacles a bit, so they're not as blunt.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah. Tom just holds up his tentacles, okay, let's not get caught then.
Alright, we're gonna make our way. Basically, unless we get really lucky with somebody actually knowing something on the way, we're gonna go check out Ozzy's renter on paper.
Right. So, you guys don't get a lot of luck. People that you show it to don't really.
Yeah.
Either they don't recognize it, or they think it's Otto. But you keep pretty much just getting the same thing from anybody you show it to, that they haven't seen Otto or Ozzy in quite a while.
Alright, so since we're going to be doing something illegal before sneaking into the house.
Well, we don't necessarily know we're going to be sneaking in. I get the feeling we're going to get there and he's not going to be home based on what the card said. And if that's the case, I still want to get as much information as we can. But I don't know.
Okay. I was going to say, if we're going to head over there, if we're going to try to break in, we should be all quiet and stuff.
Well, we should. Do you guys think we should avoid being even seen near the house?
We need plausible deniability, aka an alibi. So, how do we establish that we were not anywhere near the house when the break-in occurs?
One of us can be at we have a food cart, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're at the cart.
One of us could be at the food cart, and then all of us could be at the food cart.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So as long as we agree that we were all at the food cart, I think we're okay.
So are the players who aren't here, or are they
They're at the food cart.
they're at the food cart, right? That
They're
makes
at the
more
food
sense.
cart. Yeah, and then we're also.
Well, obviously.
No, but yeah, actually, Mike, can we do that? Can we, Luna and Ernesto's characters? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're not here, so yeah, we can say that you guys can just have Trax and Lyra chill at the cart wherever you want to bring it to, and they can just run it while you guys are doing whatever you're doing.
Also,
I'm sure
question.
Pretty sure Trax will. I'm sure Liera would lie for us, and I'm pretty sure Trax would.
So I had a question. So the police report said that the kid was in trouble for he was stealing food and whatnot, right?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to survive out here alone.
What if we started looking at where they're in town where there's food vendors and whatnot?
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Those are the people who would actually know him because he'd be the people that.
And we could have the food truck there, and then hey, we're just there.
That's really smart, actually.
We just happen to be there.
Okay.
Maybe we can
There's a
advertise.
sale. We
A
have
sale.
samples of Tom cakes out on display, easily grabbable.
So this is up to you guys, and this is a little bit out of character, but also in character. But if Akira and I sneak into this kid's house to look for clues, can you guys go do some business at the food area and see if you can get any info or people?
100%.
Okay, cool. Super down. I normally wouldn't suggest splitting the party, but this feels like a situation where let's
makes
split up
sense,
then.
Plausible deniability.
All right. So we're gonna duck off into an alley, and I'm gonna activate my stealth armor, so my wheelchair breaks apart into new
Do you want me to
legs.
put traces?
I will, yeah, and get myself all sleek ninja from Metal Gear Solided out, and I guess you guys go have a really fun RPG adventure while we go do a stealth.
So,
All right, so Akira and Archibald are gonna sneak into Otto's house.
Or yeah, the one that
Okay.
addressed me.
Yeah, and then Gravok and Tom are gonna set up shop to sell cakes in the like square or whatever.
Yep, and they're also trying to gather info and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, sure.
And
All right.
keep an eye out for rapscallions trying to steal our really easily stealable Tom cake display.
Oh god, that's a good idea. So set up bait, obviously, for a kid. And then after you guys have been there for a while, if you establish like a decent rapport with the other vendors, they might be more willing to gossip about local troubles.
Wait, I have a question. I have something. Oh my god. So, huh?
What's the
So
question?
I can cast darkness on items.
What is darkness? Like,
It basically it's like magical darkness.
It creates like a big shadowy zone.
Yeah, it creates like a big shadowy zone. So here's my question. I think if I can cast darkness on objects.
Yeah, you can.
What's your play?
So my question is it as soon as it's cast? I need to look up the spell.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up too.
When darkness emanates and moves with it. Okay, so what I was gonna say, you know what'd be really funny is if we cast darkness on one of these Tom cakes,
Oh,
and as soon as he like ate it or something or grabbed it,
there's
it would
actually
turn
like an
dark.
advanced spell that I'll be able to learn soon that would allow us to do stuff
Okay,
like
I was gonna
that.
say a time release darkness would be really funny because all it would do is would potentially scare a kid into thinking he turned blind after he ate it, but we'd find who it was.
There's like a level.
Brave.
There's a level
So
2
this is-
spell that lets you set spells as traps, basically.
So that's a cool idea, but darkness just emanates. Like you can't choose when it triggers. You have to when you cast it, it's on for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah. but it's a neat idea. All right. So I guess we'll start with Archie and Akira.
So when we get there, the first thing I want to do is use my carpentry expertise and stuff to like get a good lay of the house from the outside and like figure out like structural weaknesses, windows that might be easier to get in and out of, just I could have built this place, so I should be able to get a pretty good bead walking around it of what it's like.
Sure. So do you start checking it out like the front of the building, or do you go around?
We're not really trying to hide that we're around. We were looking for them, and if we get caught here, I'll just say that. But I'll spend a little bit of time out front, but I am going to be a little more thorough as I check like the alleys on the side and behind the house. But
Okay.
I really want to get a good idea of like doors, windows, walls, and like the roof and stuff, just to try and give us advantage and as much advantage / literal advantage on sneaking in as we can get.
Okay. So yeah, give me a the masonry check.
Or would it be masonry? It's the same either way, but it would be masonry or carpentry for this. Is it more of a wooden structure or a stone structure?
This house is more stone.
Okay, sick. Well then, I think it's the same. Yeah, they're tools. It's the same.
Yeah.
What stat would you like me to attach that to? I think
Intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, plus my proficiency. Give me a sec. I have to do actual math. 18.
All right. So, you pull out your stonemason tools and you start kind of like picking at the stone and looking at like how it's connected and everything. You gather that this house is kind of run down. Like Baenum in general, a lot of the houses look kind of crappy and like kind of run down, but this one in particular looks pretty beat up. Like the wood's cracked in a lot of places. Some of the stonework has gaps where you can actually see into the house a little bit. you know. So it's not like so you get the feeling that you know, this isn't really a fancy place, and there's probably breaks in it that you could sneak into if you looked hard enough.
Okay, and then as I'm investigating around outside, is there any evidence of people coming and going at all?
All right, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, thank God. That was one. No shit.
Dude, we stole all the rolls from you. That's why. All the good rolls.
I mean, I'm happy you guys are succeeding. At least mine were funny, but ugh.
22. So you
Checking the
start
other
you start going through like the alleyway between the houses, and you head around the back side of the house, and you notice that next to one of the windows in the back of the house, there's sort of a gap, and you kind of reach in and touch it, and as you pull it, like the window kind of comes out a bit. And as you look around, you also find that there's like some wood planking on the like roof that looks like someone who was dodgy enough could probably hop out that hole in the window onto the planking and just run straight across some of the rooftops of some of the other buildings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna point that out to Akira as well, just in case we need to make a quick getaway.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you show her. So
I guess while we're checking around, is there anything outside that's worth taking note of, or pretty ready to just go in?
yeah, no, nothing else seems really out of the ordinary.
All right. And then you said probably one of the cracks in the walls, one of the best ways to try to sneak in.
Yeah, so there's that window you found. You should fit fine through it. Akira might have a little harder time fitting through it.
Silence, and then I bat it.
All right. Okay.
Not
No, that's okay. That works. I just
Yeah, no.
would also not just whatever. Yeah, that works.
No.
It's fine. Yeah,
Go ahead and use your key points to cast silence, and then roll to hit the wall.
Yeah, that thing that fell. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, 1 second. I think it's like 2 points, right?
I think so.
Cool.
It'll
I'll get
tell
them.
you.
That's fine. Okay. So I cast silence. That works fine. I'm gonna use my great club.
Yep.
9 to hit.
All right. Yeah, that hits. It's a wall. Go ahead and roll damage. And then you double your damage
I do
against
9 damage, so it's 18.
18. All right. So you hit the weak point where there's already like the window pulls out, and you just smash it open much wider. And, you know, because your silent spell doesn't make a sound.
Perfect.
Yep. But now it's definitely big enough for both of you to fit through.
What? Silence? No, it's a sphere centered around a point I choose.
Yeah, good point.
Let me see. It says for the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20 radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Actually, yeah, could I do that on my bat? So my bat's silent?
Let me check. I think you can, but let me just double check.
Just so that as she moves, the 20-foot sphere will be around.
Yeah, I think that's a thing, but let me just double check the spell.
Of course. If not, you can certainly.
It says any creature or object entirely inside the sphere
Yeah,
is
on a
immune.
point you choose. So if you choose an object, then I'd say it emanates off the object.
I wouldn't want it because we'd be deaf.
Yeah, we can manage that. We're partners. We can do staples.
All right, yeah, let's do that. So
All right.
quiet, busted.
Yep. So, you guys break open the wall, and then you climb in through the hole that you've widened. And the inside, it's a little dark, but it's a pretty small. It's a pretty small house. It's essentially like one room with like a ladder up to like a second level with like a couple beds. So like everything's all in one room. Like,
I'm gonna grab a smaller piece of rubble from Akira's entrance and make it glow and give it to Gizmo so that he has a little flashlight for me.
Yeah, so you glow a rock and give it to Gizmo?
Yeah, so he's basically like a floating light that flies
Light,
in the
yeah.
dark.
Yeah, so he's just hovering around, emanating light like a little lantern flying around you.
Can I make it so that his butt opens up and holds it so he looks like, instead of a regular beetle, he looks like
He looks like a firefly? Yeah, sure. So yeah.
I'm so good at inventing toys.
So he lights up the room. You guys, like I said, it's dingy, it's beat up, it's very simple.
A short rest is like a half hour, right?
About an hour.
About an hour. Okay. If you want to like take a break while I investigate, because you're using key points, you can, but you can also help me do.
No, I'll help.
Okay, cool. So I just motion like to Akira and like just give her like a signal to like sweep the area,
Yeah.
And then Gizmo, the same thing. I just, communicate to him to like just look for any kind of immediate like things that are like cleaner than other things, or like things that get used a lot, papers, that sort of thing. And then I just look for clues.
Sure. So yeah, give me an investigation.
I especially want to see personally if there's any evidence that he's actually been here recently at all, or if it's true that he just hasn't been back in a while.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. $22.
All right. So you start looking around, going through everything. It looks like Ozzy and Otto's house was very simple. It was like just very like the absolute necessities, nothing really frivolous or decorative or anything. You do find in the back corner of the house where like the stove is, you do find lots of like remnants of like different food, like crusts of bread and like half-eaten vegetables and stuff, varying degrees of freshness. Like some looks like it's been there a little while, some looks like it's only been there for maybe a day or so. And then you climb up the ladder and start looking up in their like little second area where the beds are. One of the beds is made and kind of dusty, looks like it hasn't really been slept in a while. The other one's like dirty and like the blankets are all over. It looks like someone just might have even slept in it in like a couple hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot. Is there anything like evidence of like? Well, I mean, there probably is at this point. Is there any evidence that like there's like kid activity here, like playthings around or anything like that?
So, with your roll, you do find in the living area, you do find a couple of very used looking wooden daggers.
Okay.
Like they're very like nicked and like smooth, like they've been handled a lot and like hit on stuff a lot. And there's 2 of them.
So just out of like impulse, like just out of instinct, Archibald is gonna mend him as he looks at him.
Real quick, does mending have verbal components?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question.
Can't be doing that right now.
I never have to worry about that stuff. I forget. It's fine.
While he's looking that up, Akira
Oh
just
man, it super does. Never mind. I tried, and then
Yeah.
I'm just like,
You like do everything and you like open your mouth to like say the spell and just nothing happens. And then you're like, oh yeah. You know?
this is interesting. Cool stuff.
Oh,
Oh, Archibald just voices fast. It's like fascinating. You can't hear it.
Right. What were you gonna say, Mira?
I was gonna say, while he's, trying to cast this spell, Akira gets bored and starts screaming at the top of her lungs. And she was just as loud as possible, It would be great if it wasn't magical silence.
Just full on, like, top of your lungs, no sound, nothing, none the wiser.
Yeah, like how like Super Saiyan's turn? It's like that type of screaming. If she was human, she would be turning red. She's already.
And hey, Mira, can you do me a favor and just roll me a d20?
That's rude. Oh, there we go. 19.
All right. So as you're screaming, right, top of your lungs, you're just like, and then right as you're like losing the last bit of breath in your lungs, the spell wears off. So just for a second, like there's a slight like, ah.
Okay, perfect.
I look up really alarmed for a second, and then register that the spell ends. I just asked Mindy.
So yeah, then you fix up the dagger, the toy daggers a little bit, and just kind of set them down somewhere. But yeah, so
Okay.
but that's pretty much everything you guys find in there.
All right, so I was gonna say we should just get some info and then leave, but this has been kind of interesting. So like, I kind of think we should stake this place out.
All right. So I'm gonna cut over to Grabak and Tom now, I think. All right. So, Grabak and Tom, you guys have, in the time that they've been doing that, you've set up the cart in the town square, where there's different food vendors and, like sales stalls and stuff, vegetable carts and all that set up. People kind of coming and going.
Hey Mike, before we get like too far away from it, just because this might come up on our side of it, I am gonna I'm gonna ritual cast alarm, and then set up the spell snare by the window where we came in, and it was pretty evident that people are coming in and out.
Okay.
So snare works the way you would think it works.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and it lasts for 8 hours.
It does.
Nice. All right.
Okay. And then we're gonna stake it out, but I'm gonna let Akira actually like get some rest.
Okay. So you guys are gonna take a short rest.
We're like a full couple. We're gonna rest this we're gonna chill and stake this place out as well as we can. I'm gonna tidy up and like fix up the kitchen. I'm gonna make this house much nicer while my giant girlfriend takes a nap.
Right. So so that's what you guys start doing. Tom and Grabak,
you guys have your cart set up. What are you guys doing?
Where's the cart set up?
You guys wanted to set it up in the town square with all the other like food vendors and stuff?
Yeah, that's why I was.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that works.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are set up. You're both just standing outside the cart. Is there anything you guys want to do to try to draw attention, or what are you guys trying to do?
I would say so. Tom the Grobag says, "Hey, why don't we pass out samples of the Tom cakes to all the vendors, and then we can see what they're making, get ideas for our cart, and get information at the same time."
I like that. We can see what kind of signs they got, what kind of promotions they have going on,
Right? How we
and
can
just
crush
kind of
them.
ingratiate ourselves. Exactly. Find out their secrets and then abuse them.
Find their weakness and destroy them.
You guys are all doing like a really fantastic job. I just want to put that out there out of character. Like, everybody's super killed shit. And I really appreciate it.
They don't call us the Renegades for nothing.
Oh god. So you guys, like, Tom, you cut up like several of the Tom cakes into little like bite-sized samples. I don't know where you got them, but you just have like toothpicks, and you just like put little toothpicks in each one.
Like, get your Tom cakes.
Yeah.
Tom cakes here, many Tom cakes.
I could have whittled them. I do woodwork.
Oh right, you do.
I'm just sitting
You,
there whittling toothpicks.
Carving toothpicks off a piece of wood. And you're like, bam.
Right. Bam. So yeah, you guys, you're waiting. People start kind of coming over and like taking samples and stuff. And yeah, so like this half elf guy comes over and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys selling?"
I point directly at Tom. So this gentleman here is a culinary genius who has made Tom cakes.
Tom cakes? Never heard of them.
You will.
It's okay. We don't need to hear about them. You just need to taste them, and we hand that person a sample.
He takes the sample.
The situation.
What was that?
He did.
There's so much actual stat in the situation.
I know. He takes it and he tries it, and he's just like, "Wow, this is excellent." He's like, "I'll take a dozen."
Okay. So Tom hands over a dozen Tom cakes. Actually, really quick beta. I don't think we actually ever decided how much to sell them for.
How big are they roughly?
Well, now is the time for you to tell this man how much you want for
I
them.
don't even know.
Are they like donut sized?
I imagine they're cupcakes, more or less, right?
Yeah, that's what they're basically like.
For a dozen. For a dozen? Oh, good. Is that too much?
Say that again.
How much for a dozen?
Oh, cupcakes makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Well, top of the octopus could be the muffin top,
Yeah.
and then the tentacles could be like, oh, that's so good. Now after we got Tom cake.
Yeah, Tom cakes and cupcake form would be pretty perfect. I don't know. I mean, so I'm
What
not
did you
really.
suggest, Mira?
Yeah, what'd you say, Mara?
What?
You suggested a price for them?
I said a silver? 1 silver? Is that too much?
I feel like
That-
Santa's still honestly.
Actually, I have a different idea for this first person.
What?
So for this first one, just because I don't know the good pricing, Tom just says really quick, since you're my first customer of the day, I'll give you a discount. And Tom really asks, "Yeah, do you work at one of the other carts around here?"
Oh, yeah, I work at one of the vegetable stands over there. I come from out of the area a little bit because, nothing really grows around here.
How much do you usually sell your produce for?
Well, usually, depending on the freshness and quality,
I'll charge a few copper for one item.
And a really quick meta question: how much is what is the currency exchange? Is it like 10 coppers, 1 silver, or something? Or
Yes,
yeah.
and then 10 silvers, 1 gold. Yeah.
Okay. So actually, yeah, 1 silver for a dozen does sound correct, Mira.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Tom says, yo, I'll give you a discount since you're my first customer, but I would also like to ask you some questions too. If that's okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah. So I'll give you a 50% discount. So it will be 6 times 12, so it's like 72 copper. So no, like 50 copper. Just make it even.
So,
Wait.
50
no.
copper is 5, so
That's
I
5
think if
silver,
one
right?
doesn't,
Yeah, I'm done.
it would
Sorry.
be a dozen 1 silver, so 5 coppers for the
Yeah,
dust.
5 copper. 5 coppers. Thank you. I can
Okay.
have today. 5 copper.
yeah, that's all right. So he's like, yeah, sure, and he gives you 7 copper. He's like, these are real good.
Okay.
But yeah, shoot, what did you want to know?
Well, I wanted to know a little bit more about the surrounding area. Like, could you tell me more about the other vendors? If you're familiar, like.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't live in the town, but there's a lot of the produce vendors come from out of town. They're usually like independent farmers, a lot of them. A lot of the livestock and things are people that live in Baenum. I don't know. Personally, I don't trust the meat in Baenum after, things living off the grass in this area. I don't think it's the best quality meat.
Gotcha. Do you know which
Can I,
vendors operate in Baenum? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say after that, can we say vendor to vendor? I'm hearing me.
Oh,
Oh,
you sound fine.
it went away. I was hearing myself. I was gonna say vendor to vendor. Is there anybody we should watch out for? Any unsavory characters that we should keep an eye out for around our stall, being that we're new?
He kind of looks around, and actually, why don't you give me a persuasion check?
Tom will assist with this one.
Nat 20. I got a 21.
Didn't even need to.
So, with your mods, what is it?
21.
Okay. So he kind of like nods and looks around, and he's like, well, he goes, most of the vendors are actually pretty good folks. A lot of them are part of the merchant guild. So, it doesn't really make sense to, compete too much with people that are part of your same guild. I personally just don't really trust the local landlord that lives around here. He sells, I don't know, he makes a fortune selling these amulets that allow people to go into the old town. But you won't find him here. He's too good for this place, if you catch my meaning. You gotta go to his manor during his business hours.
What are his business hours?
Oh, just while the sun's up, really.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Not that you can tell too easily in this town. You all look up and it's just very gray, like everything. This guy's just super gray. Yeah, But yeah, no. Between me and you guys, if you keep baking these things, I think you guys are going to be real popular in Baenum.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
One last question, if that's okay with you. Have you happened to see this person around recently? We're trying to look for our friend and, starts describing Aaron, right? That's the kid's name?
Oh, Ozzy.
Ozzy, sorry. What the hell is Aaron then?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Who's Aaron? I don't know. You got me. No.
Sorry, like, what the heck?
He's like, well, I mean,
There's some kids that come through here. Maybe one of them kind of fits that description. But yeah, I think I've seen a kid like that hanging around some other kids in the town.
Gotcha. Okay, well, thank you very much for your day, sir. Here's another sample of the Tom cakes. It's free to take to go. Thanks.
He takes it and just eats the sample right away.
No, no,
Yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot.
I reach over the cart, shake his hand with a firm, proper handshake, and thank him for his information.
Nice.
Yeah. And hey, like I said, you keep making these, you guys are gonna go far. And he leaves.
So that was unexpected information. So that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's actually about the landlord. It feels like we need to lord over some of this land, if you get my drift.
As you guys are talking about this, you see a little hand reach up and just snatch like a tray of your Tom cakes and start like just slowly trying to pull it away.
Not on my watch. Ooh, can I roll a sleight of hand check to see if I can like sneak my hand over onto the tray and pull it back the other way?
Sure.
I would like to so we see this, right? We actually see what's happening.
You see like a small hand reach, like just sliding it away from the like the edge of the cart.
I rolled an 18 and with modifiers I got a 20.
Oh, you just kind of sneak over, grab the edge, and just casually pull it back to where it was sitting. And then you just hear, "Oh crap, run!" And a bunch of children burst out from behind the cart and just start fucking like fleeing.
Who has the best perception between the two of us?
I have only a +1, but
I have a +0.
I could use intimidation to get them to stop, maybe.
Ooh, can we do a combined intimidation to get them to stop?
I have a spell I could use to help this too.
Ooh, so my intimidation is +3.
Okay, yeah, mine's +6. So.
Dang.
And then I would use a spell called Thaumaturgy, where basically I can like make my voice move and make the ground shake to really emphasize.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can kind of sandwich them. You get on one side, I run around the other, and we just like spook them into submission.
Yeah. So, what do you guys do? Exactly.
We actually see this like little person trying to scamper away, right?
So
It's a group of kids, right?
yeah, it's several children. It's you see 5 kids.
You know, actually, let's let's be not renegades for this, Grabak. Okay, so what I'd like to do is Tom is gonna use thaumaturgy. And he'll flank left if Grabak wants to go right. But instead of trying to be scary, instead he's gonna try to entice the kids and stuff.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I will just try and be as big a presence as possible and kind of stop them from going my way.
All right. So yeah. So go ahead and you can either one of you have advantage or both. Both of you roll intimidation checks.
Okay. Can I use the thaumaturgy to go with this to see if I can get like advantage or something?
So I'll say it lowers the DC a little bit.
Okay, that's fine.
I rolled with mods. I rolled an 18.
Yeah, 18
Okay.
for me.
Nice. So yeah, you guys like come out from around and they're both like, "Stop it!" And like Tom, your voice is especially like booming. Like, you yell like, "Stop!" And like birds fly off in the distance and like everyone in the square stops for a second and like looks over at you. And the kids all stop.
Okay.
And they're just like, what is it?
Okay, so we're gonna be nice. So we're like Tom whispers from like, let's try to be a little bit nicer. Just kids who are hungry, probably. Which is
yeah.
yeah, an odd thing for Tom to say, I guess. But Tom is.
Grabak is still, confused. Like, why don't they have a personal chef? What's going on here?
I don't understand.
You mean they don't have a chef to make them food at will?
So as you guys, stop them, they're just like they're all kind of standing together, and they're all just sort of looking up at you like nervous, because you're adults and you caught them trying to steal from you, so they're unsure what you're gonna do.
I say we kill him with kindness. We first, can we look at them and see if any of them is that kid?
Sure.
Oscar.
Yeah, so Ozzy. Aaron, Oscar, who the hell is this kid?
Ozzy.
Grabak
Aaron.
Grabak looks at the palm of his hand. It says Ozzy, but it got all sweaty, so it's Oscar. That's it.
So there's 5 kids. Of them, only one is human, but it's a girl.
I whisper to Tom. I say we ask them if they know this kid and give them a free Tom cake on the house.
Yes, Tom nods. Tom says to the group, now in a normal voice, right? He says, if you guys wanted food, you can just ask. You don't have to steal. My name is Tom. What is your name? He holds out a Tom cake as a peace offering.
So as you hold it out, one of the kids looks a little older than the rest of them. She's a dwarf girl. She kind of steps forward and kind of slowly takes it, and she's just like, yeah, sorry mister, we were just hungry.
Don't worry, I understand. Actually, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Would you like a job?
Job? Doing what?
Selling these cakes. Take a bite. Take a bite. See how you like them.
So the dwarf girl, she takes a bite, and she's just like, oh wow, this is really good.
Tom says, so tell you what, I need some help selling these Tom cakes. I'm new in the area and I want to kind of establish a presence, so what if you guys help me sell the Tom cakes? You guys can eat as many as you want for free, I'll make you them fresh. And for every Tom cake you sell, every one of you gets, sorry, I'm trying to,
A copper?
Yeah, I was gonna say a copper each.
They all kind of look at each other and start kind of discussing with each other. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Oh, and
Also, God, Brian, you're so cool. Thank you so much.
okay, so the second one was higher at 20.
Yeah,
Well, she kind of comes back over and she's like, all right, yeah, we'll help.
Okay. And then Tom says, for every Tom cake, they're worth 2 copper, so that means you get to keep half. But if you can sell them in bulk, then raise the price to what you guys think would be fair for them. So basically, I'm trying to tell them that they can keep a lot of the money if they can sell them.
One of the kids, he's dressed in nicer clothes than the rest of them, and he's a dark elf. He's a drow. He's like, I think that cupcakes should be 10 gold apiece.
Tom's like, I agree, but I'm not sure anyone would pay 10 gold for one cupcake of these. They're good, right? But I'm not sure the 10 gold good.
A tear comes to Grabak's eye. It's like, this child is going places.
So yeah, like the kids kind of all agree, and they they start taking Tom cakes in little trays and going around to vendors, and starting to try to sell them. Give me a second. Do me a favor, Tom. Actually, give me another cooking check.
Is that charisma? Or
Yeah, your tool proficiency for your cook tools plus your charisma mod.
okay.
Well done.
So charisma by itself is 21, plus proficiency bonus is 23.
Nice. So yeah, you just start churning out more, and they come out great. The kids start taking them, and they're all just going to different people trying to sell them, and they actually give me a second.
I like that we are embodying true capitalism here by employing child labor.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
but ordering these children to have money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hey.
They're-
Screwing them over. You're giving them a pretty solid share.
So over the course of the time that they're with you, they managed to sell 61 Tom cakes.
Jesus, these kids are good.
Yeah.
So the kids, come back when they're finally like, they can't find any more people who want to buy any. And the dwarf girl, she's just like, all right, here's all the money from the cupcakes.
How much is that in total? Well, I mean, if they only sold it for 2 each, then that's what?
Yeah.
100.
it would be 121 copper, which would be 1 gold, 2 silvers, and 1 copper.
Wow,
That's
very
pretty
nice.
significant. Like the gold.
Okay, okay, so Tom takes the money, but then doesn't pocket it immediately. So actually, really quick, he whispers to Grabak, it's like, do you want to keep any of this? I have a plan for it, though.
Oh, do with it as you see fit. They are Tom cakes.
So Tom says, so thank you very much. Now, as promised, I will give you half of this. However, I do have one condition that I'd like to ask you, and it's really a favor to me, so I'll be in your debt.
The dwarf girl's like, all right, yeah.
Okay, and then he describes Ozzy, Oscar, Aaron. like, do you know who this person is? We're trying to look for him. He's the son of one of our friends.
So they all kind of look at each other, and the dwarf girl's like, we might have seen him around town.
Okay. Can I use perception to know, like, to basically see if she's telling the truth?
The be insight.
Oh, insight. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, insight. Not gonna roll well. 13.
13. She seems like she's not being upfront with you.
Gotcha. Okay, so at this point, I said I will give them half, but I haven't given them half yet, right? So I hand her the money first, just the first half. Then I say, okay, so here's the money like we agreed upon. But I still have some left. So are you sure you haven't seen this person around?
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh, not too good. 13.
13. She's like, well, huh?
Nothing. I was gonna say. I wonder what the DC is. It's you're bribing an orphan child with money.
Right, I know.
So
I rolled a nat 1. She agrees. Give her the money.
she looks like she's hesitant for a moment, and then she's like, all right, yeah, we know him.
Okay, so Tom having the mentality of a child, understands that you should tell children the truth, otherwise they won't know and they'll fucking hate you. So just Tom tells them why. Like, why are they looking for Oscar, Otto, Aaron? It's like, well, you know, it's crap. What's the guy's name again? The guy we cut the thumbs off of.
Otto.
Otto. Okay, so. And then the kid's name is Oscar. What was it?
Ozzy.
Ozzy. Ah!
You guys,
I'm gonna write
you
this
pick
down,
the
I'm
worst
sorry.
people. Pick the worst people to ask about a specifically named child.
Okay.
We're
Otto,
looking for
Otto is-
this scrappy orphan Oliver, and he's company.
Is there not a poster of this child around somewhere on this?
Don't bring that back up into this.
Have you seen this man-faced child?
Have you seen Oswaldo?
Oswaldo. Okay, I wrote down notes this time, so now I'll just look at that. Okay, Ozzy. So I told them the truth. I'm like, well, you know, looking for Ozzy because his dad Otto is someone that we helped, you know, recently. And he's looking for his son, and so that's why we're asking.
So she kind of looks at the other kids, and the human girl. She's like, "You want to know if his dad's okay?" And they're like, "All right, yeah, he lives in town, but we can take you to his house. He's probably headed there now."
Okay, so Tom says, okay, sure. Tell you what, when you guys take us to his house, and if we do meet him, I'll give you the rest of the money. And on top of that, you can come and eat for free as long as I'm in town. And if you sell more of the Tom cakes, you can take half the profits as well while we're here.
All right. They all kind of agree, and then as they're like leaving and starting to lead you to Ozzy's house, one of the kids, he's a little tiefling boy, he looks up, he goes, "That's great. Sorry that our friend robbed you guys."
Wait, who wrote? Oh, Otto?
They were distracting us the whole time.
And you guys look, and Gravok and Tom, all of your money is gone.
Wait, all of the money, including the stuff we had locked up?
No, no,
Oh, okay, got it.
All their funds.
Yeah, personal funds.
I sort of assume Akira carries the party funds because you seem to be the one that handles it the most.
Right.
So I just assume. But yeah, Gravok and Tom have. Right now you got nothing.
Oh man, if my inventory is correct, I had 75 gold. Grabak is gonna strike a child.
I
So
don't know how much money I have. I don't.
That's
I
my
actually
walking
don't care.
around money.
it's in your inventory.
Is it-
I didn't actually reduce it to 0, but just for the sake of what's going on right now, you guys have no gold.
Okay, that's fine. I
So-
see now. Yeah.
So now we're gonna cut back to Archie and Akira.
Ooh, while
So-
we're there, I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right
My
back.
Yeah,
key
yeah.
points set,
Huh?
right? My key
What?
points have been set because of the short rest or whatever.
Yeah, you took a short rest, so yeah, you have your key points back.
Yo.
So you guys are staking out the place. Now you're inside it still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're at this point, we're hiding. Like we're not like tucked in a cabinet or anything. But I've checked to make sure that the window, like we're not in view of any of the windows, or
Okay.
like you wouldn't see us. Just you should comfortably come inside based on where we are.
Okay.
And then
Why don't
there-
both of you give me a stealth check?
Okay.
How about could I cast with it? How long is this? Actually?
Probably a while.
Let's see.
I think
Got
about
about
an hour.
Yeah.
I think it's an hour.
I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it.
No, it's not. It's a stealth check. Oh fuck. 9.
Oh damn.
Fuck, I got a 4. It's terrible too because like the way it landed on I thought it was gonna be an 18 when I
Yeah.
saw it, but it was just on the edge and it made a
Oh.
4 on D&D Beyond. So
Is there any way that like I can help out, like like point out a place or anything? I spent the whole time thinking.
She already rolled, so I'd say no.
Sad.
22.
So, Archie, you just fucking like crouch into a corner, like perfectly, like you're very confident you can't be seen from the window. Akira, you have a harder time finding a place to like hide just because of your size. So like you're kind of crouched in a corner, but you're not. Your robust frame, but you're not so sure. You're not so sure that you're hidden very well or not. So, after a little bit of time, you guys are waiting, and outside you start to hear like heavy footsteps running across like the wooden planks outside.
I'm gonna make like a shush noise and like point up,
Yeah.
and then I'm also going to set Gizmo near the entrance because I want him to run interference in case we need to make like a sudden grapple or something on somebody.
Okay.
he can do that. Can I cast without trace?
Well, it doesn't alter your already done. So you hear the footsteps running, and then they stop, and then you hear just like nothing for a minute, and then you hear just a slight clicking sound, and from outside you just hear, "Who sent you?"
Okay, so I'm not gonna say anything because I'm confident that he doesn't see me.
All right.
And then can I sneak? Is there any like route for me to try and sneak up there?
Where are you trying to go?
Well, he's up on the roof, right? By the sound of it.
Yeah, he's like sort of outside the window pane, like looking in.
Talking with me, right?
Yeah. Is there any way that with Akira probably being the one who's seen we'll be talking to, for me to like sneak out around to him?
Let's see. You're in the house.
Or cast without trace.
I
Goddamn.
mean, yeah, but here we are now.
So you could try, but you'd have to like essentially sneak out the front door.
All right.
I say auto.
Yeah.
I say auto.
He didn't say anything for a minute.
That's
No, Ozzy's his name. Otto's his dad. He sent us.
it is Ozzy, right? Like I would recognize him.
Well, you haven't quite seen him yet. You just hear like a voice, and you kind of see like black clothes outside. You don't see like a face or anything.
It's Ozzy. Ozzy sent us. We're looking for his son.
Otto's.
Otto sent us. We're looking for his son, Ozzy.
My dad's alive.
Yeah. He's been looking for you for months. He sent us out here to Baenum to try to find you.
As you kind of say that he's been looking for you, this kind of thin, lanky, pale human kid with curly black hair pops his head through the window, and he's just like, "Then he should have come home."
So I'm gonna like appear out of the darkness or whatever,
Yeah.
and I look enough like a shared interest comic book character. I'm hoping that my appearance is like a little weird for him and everything. But,
You want to play Guarding Bolt when you're in
I am Guardian Bolt. If you guys don't maintain my secret superhero identity, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah, I know where it goes. Hello there, Guarding Bolt.
Yeah, that's it.
So as you come out of the corner, and like he just sort of like panics, and he throws a dagger at you, and it just sort of hits your chest plate, and it's just like tink.
And it's like, and I'm just like, oh god, what's a good dumb superhero thing to say about that? And it's like, looks like someone needs to teach you a lesson in manners, young man.
Looks like you got quite a range.
He just kind of looks at the two of you like, all right, okay, my dad really sent you guys?
I gesture to his like largely cleaned up and fixed up apartment or house, and I'm like, come on in, sit down, and I'll explain everything. Forgive me.
So he like reluctantly comes in, and he walks over and just picks up his dagger that he threw at you, and then like puts it in his belt, and then just goes and like sits in a chair, and he just crosses his arms, and he's just like, why did he send you guys and not just come home himself?
So I'm gonna like stand across like a respectful distance away from him, and like do the whole like superhero arm cross thing, and be like, unfortunately, before he was able to meet us, your father ended up in a desperate situation and ended up in a little trouble with the law. Something that it seems like you know a little bit about from what we found out talking to the hand of the police here.
He kind of smirks, and he's just like, yeah, well, you know, there's a difference between taking what you want from people and taking what you need.
A wise lesson indeed, young man, and a lesson your father has learned very recently. The last bad mistake he's made was coming afoul of my companions and me, and honestly, he's handled the situation quite admirably since then. We've given him a job and a chance for reparations, and he's taken every step of it in complete stride and done me completely proud in it. But the most important thing, and the first thing he made sure that I knew, was that he'd have none of it if I didn't promise that while he was indisposed, I didn't take the time to find you and make sure you were taken care of.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
I'm really good at those.
Yeah.
$18.
Wow, that's really good for you.
I'm a guardian gold. Got an
Right.
Just you got a nat 20, or you rolled 20 and
No.
18.
That plus my guidance and stuff.
So he's just like, wow, I had no idea. He left with
Sorry, go ahead.
he left with some of his friends a while back, and I haven't seen him since. He was sending money for a while, but it just sort of stopped suddenly.
I'm not sure exactly whether or not that might be my fault, but I do know that he's been very worried about you, and that I would like to bring you back to Armstrong with us and make sure you're taken care of. But in the meantime, we promise to do everything we can to keep you safe here in town over here, and no matter what, this belongs to you to do whatever you need to with it. And I take out the 200 gold I've been saving for him, and I just place the bag on the table in front of him.
His eyes kind of widen as he's like, you can see like as the bag opens, the gold coins like glinting in his eyes, and he's just like, wow, you know.
I put my hand on it for just a second, and I'm like, this is your father's signing bonus for working for me. He's a valuable asset, and I want to take care of him, and that means I want to take care of you. So please, let us help.
He's like, wow, this will go great with the score I got earlier today.
Akira kind of picks up on. She's like, you didn't steal from a man in a top hat, did you?
What? Yeah, no, it was an orcish guy in this, I don't know, squid dude.
Your name Gold suppresses a laugh because he doesn't want to.
No. They were new vendors in town, so I had my friends distract them.
So, young Mr. Sesk, and I say it like all authoritatively, and I keep my spine straight and stuff when I do it.
It's the best posture Akira has ever seen Archie take.
Yeah.
So here it is. You seem like an enterprising young man, and it sounds like you have a team of enterprising young folks that work with you.
Well, you know, a lot of what I do is just me trying to help them.
And I think that's... Now, obviously, this immediate windfall of yours means you don't really need my help anytime soon, and I can appreciate that. But I'd like to bring you home, and honestly, if your friends are in a situation where they need to be stealing to eat, I'd like to bring them home with us. Would you work for me and make sure your friends are safe?
Well, I've been trying to get them out of where they're staying. It's not that they don't have food, just none of them feel safe where they are.
Where are they?
They're at the orphanage.
And the orphanage is in a safe place? I trust your opinion.
Well, I've only been in there a couple times, because, you know, not an orphan. But they say it's more of a feeling, and just some stuff the lady that runs the place does just kind of freaks them all out. Like, she's not very nice. She's not very nice, and she locks them all in their rooms at night.
Now, I don't mean to put it this way, but young Sesk, you know that there was a risk that your father was gone, and there must have been times when you thought you may in fact be alone. And if you never wanted to go to this orphanage, in your heart, in your investigative soul, and I tap my helmet to him because I know you read some fucking compelling comics and this kind of stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, you know that this place must not be right.
I don't have any proof, but based on everything they've said and just what I've seen, I don't trust the place. And I don't trust the lady. I don't trust the lady in charge.
Why don't we just take the children with us?
I all of a sudden hold my white superhero glove hand out to Ozzy, and I'm like, a fantastic idea. And I'm just like, we'll put a stop to this the easiest way possible. We'll get all of your friends and we'll take them home. And I flourish my superhero cape.
And Akira just pounds her bat in one hand, lifts it up, and goes, and we beat up some people.
Probably.
Yeah.
He kind of laughs, and he's like, if if you guys can help my friends, then I'll definitely leave town and, go with you guys to see my father. But I want to make sure they're okay first.
Well, that's fantastic. First thing, I need you to spend some time here and get together anything you need with you, and we'll bring it to our cart, because there's no guarantee it's going to be safe here once we get to work.
Yeah, okay. Now, as you guys are talking to Ozzy, the others, Grabak and Tom, the other kids, have led you to Ozzy's house.
Perfect.
And the dwarf girl knocks on the front door. So Ozzy kind of jumps up, and he's like, "Oh, that's my friends now. Hold on." And he goes and he opens.
Like, are you sure it's them?
Oh, yeah. No, we have a secret knock and everything.
I'm still gonna. I like make a motion for Akira to position herself by the door just in case.
Ozzy gets up, opens the door, and on the other side of the door sees the half-orc and squid dude that he just robbed. And he's just like, "Oh shit!"
hey, motherfucker.
Literally just like Grabak about to hand him the top hat.
So you guys just barge into this kid's house and see Archibald and Akira sitting casually in like the kid's living room with them.
So I just comfortably cross my fingers, and I'm like, "Oh, I see you're already acquainted with our other business partners."
You know these guys?
Yes, we're an adventuring crew. You work for us now, all of you.
Ozzy gets up and pulls out like a leather pouch from like inside his little cloak, and he just walks over and he just hands it to Grabak.
I'm gonna take out 100 more gold out of my purse and just like put it on the table in five piles of 20 gold, and be like, "So you young men and women don't know this yet, but these are effectively your signing bonuses for the junior members of the Renegade Company. Welcome aboard."
They're all just like ecstatic because like you can tell this is probably more money than they've really ever seen before.
So I'm gonna explain the basics of what I explained to them all, like Ozzy to them, and then I'm gonna be like, "And we've discussed it just a little, but Akira and I have intentions on adopting you all out of the orphanage. So we mean to take you home to Anfang and out of this dangerous place."
All the kids seem like really excited. But the dwarf girl, she's just like, what about Mrs. Bazuldu?
What about her? I assume that the woman who runs an orphanage will be ecstatic to have her charges adopted into a safe home.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if not,
wait a second, what?
I can tell she's weirdly nervous, so I say, "And if not," and I motion my head to Akira. My partner has been waiting all day to hurt someone very bad.
Akira just smiles really big.
Tom hears this. It's just, like you can see him get uncharacteristically like angry.
Ozzy's just like, I don't know. I mean, like I said, none of them have seen her do anything actually like bad to anybody. It's just a feeling we all can't shake when she's around.
here's the thing. If she does anything bad, and Akira pats her back nicely, you've got nothing to worry about.
Okay. But, yeah. Alright. So, should we all stay here, or what do you guys want to do about the orphanage?
So we'll go over there now and talk to Mrs. What was her name?
Yeah, Bazildo.
Bazuldo, and do our best to get you guys sorted as quickly as possible without any major issue.
I don't think kidnapping is bad, I'm not sure.
Kidnapping is bad in most places.
It should be fine if we're kidnapping them from that situation.
We're not kidnapping them yet. In the meantime, you should help young Mr. Sesk, who is in charge, and I like waggle my finger at them, get his operations at this secondary base in order, because we're moving you all to our main base in order. But
As you point out and say that Ozzy's in charge, the little drow kid like looks like he's about to pipe up, and the dwarf girl just kind of like smacks his arm, and he just quiets up.
now,
Or what do you have said?
that he should be. Now, can I count on you, young renegades, to keep an eye on each other and make sure you're all safe when we return?
They're all like kind of in unison, like, yeah.
Each one of you represents a significant investment on my part, and I will be very upset if that investment goes sour now.
Ozzy's like, don't worry, I'll do what I have to if anything happens.
How is like his situation, like his gear and like his knives and stuff?
So you see, Ozzy has like some actually. It looks like it's worn and like it's not brand new by any means, but he's wearing like actually like a pretty nice fitted like leather like armor set, and he has like a black cloak, and he has just like two short swords and a dagger like in a little like belt hilt around him.
I'm gonna just like readjust and like tighten and fit his armor and like dust his like shoulders off, and as I do it, I'm gonna mend his armor.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna gesture to the table and I'm gonna like set your weapons down for a second.
Okay, and he like does that like movie scene where it's just like he has just an unreasonable amount of knives all over his person, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through and touch them all up and just get them all nice and gleamed and nick free and stuff.
Yeah. He's just like, wow, thanks.
It's like, all right. It's like, do any of the rest of you know how to use a weapon?
The dwarf girl kind of shakes her head, like, not really, no. The little halfling kid kind of cowers behind her a little bit, but he looks much too young to be any kind of, you know. The drow kid is just like, I happen to be an expert, and then they're like, no, you don't. You've never fought anything in your life. And he's just like,
All
fine.
right.
And
All
then
right.
the
There's no shame if danger arises in making sure to protect each other by running and hiding as best you each can. With Mr. Sesk in charge and forced to defend you all, it'll be much safer if he doesn't have to actively defend you all. So take care of each other and make sure to be vigilant.
And as you say that, they all kind of agree. And then the human girl, she goes, I can set him on fire. And like sparks light up from her fingers a little bit.
So they can't see it because my face is full mask, but like Archibald just kind of uncontrollably grins at that. And he's like, a young scholar of the goddess in the making already, I can see. Keep that in mind.
the little tiefling boy that's standing next to her is like, I can too, but only if they hit me first.
I like kneel down because like Archibald's a big arcane nerd. He probably knows what that is, right?
I say give me an Arcana check.
All right.
What is it?
It's a spell,
Oh, okay.
and I know what spell it is, but I don't want to assume that Archibald can like. All right, I'm gonna roll a bunch of dumb shit on this.
Yeah, the background music though works well.
23.
Yeah, you know it's hellish rebuke he's talking about.
All right, I'm gonna be like, as a last resort, but I don't want to see you hurt, so as a last resort.
He kind of goes, all right.
Okay, let's go do the extremely mundane task, and I stand up all heroically. I'll filling out a document.
I can say now from experience, it's quite a lot of paperwork.
Because if somehow it does come down to us really doing that, Archibald's a giant nerd scholar and literally actually is very good in stats at filling out paper.
Good, because Kira
He would. He would be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I have calligraphy and everything. I'm actually good at filling out paper.
It's funny.
Before Ozzy leaves, can Grabot kneel down, put his face right next to his, and just whisper, "Don't ever steal from me again."
Right, all right, jeez.
Of course that's
Just don't.
All right. So, you guys leave the kids at Ozzy's house, and they tell you where the orphanage is. You guys head straight there.
I think so. Unless anyone else has any idea why you're doing
Yeah, is there anything else anyone wanted to do before you guys head to the orphanage?
No.
No, I'm good.
All right.
By the way, really quick, just to make sure. So the money they stole from Tom and Grabach, we gave it to them as advance pay, or is that separate?
He gave it back to you.
Ah, okay.
Now, our time in the house counted as a short rest, right?
You guys did a short rest already.
Okay, can I go back into my chair and like set my order to guardian mode in the short rest?
Can you do it on a short rest, or do you have to do it on a long rest?
It's short rest, which I didn't know before, and I'm super excited about it.
Oh, okay, that's pretty dope. Yeah. Yeah, I'll say. Well, if you guys want to take the time while like you're getting the kids prepared, if you guys want to do that, that's fine. But it'll take an hour.
If there's a fight, I'd rather be ready to. If everyone is down for another short rest just before we go, I'm gonna set myself to tank mode instead of sneaky mode because I'm more likely gonna punch an orphanage lady in the face.
Okay.
All right, so
Are you sure you'll have a leg to stand up?
I have two, and Archibald literally pulls one off and clanks on the
All right.
So I keep my I keep my face masked, but like I like work on my armor in front of all the kids and stuff, and like convert it and get my giant gauntlets together and stuff, and then like get all hero ready and shit, and I'm like, okay, time to go.
They're all blown away watching that a guy that is like seemingly kind of scrawny and doesn't have like legs is like this straight up superhero.
That's all I wanted. This is all I wanted.
So,
All right, cool.
so yeah, so they get ready. You know, they're just kind of hanging out, and Ozzy's just sort of like overzealously like waiting for like anyone to try to get in so you could like shank them, pretty much.
Fuck yeah. I love this kid already. I can't wait for more
Should we warn
shots.
them about the window and how there's some alarms on it?
Oh yeah, how long does that? That's probably all worn off by now, right? It's 8 hours for the snare, and
So I believe it wears off. Let me double check. I believe it wears off if you leave it. But let me just double check.
I will also check. Which spell are you checking?
You said alarm, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna check snare too. So you go ahead. Okay, the snare wouldn't go away unless I dispelled it myself or 8 hours went up. So if that's still active, I will get rid of it.
Okay. So it just lasts for 8 hours, and if anyone crosses the threshold that you set up, it'll trigger. You'll hear it.
I guess the question then is, how long is it? Will it give them any kind of safety buffer, or is it gonna probably end soon?
So it's an 8-hour long spell. So it's only been up for like 2 hours.
I'll warn them that I've set precautions at the secret entrance and not to use it, but that can I reconfigure alarm for them to be able to hear it too, or is that post casting?
When you cast it, you decide whether it's only you in your head hear it or if it.
It's said that way, so I'll let them know that I'll know if they're in any danger.
They should escape through there if there's danger, because then you'll know.
Can they, if they know the snare's there, can they avoid it?
Yeah, I'll say you can show it to them.
So escape through the window if you need to, and if someone tries to sneak in, they'll be caught. And in either event, I'll know that something's happened. No matter what, trigger the alarm here, and I like gesture to the zone that will set off the alarm, and we'll come back in a flash.
So you're just like, all right.
And I hold my giant white gauntlet fist out, and it's all gold and gleamy and shit. And
Right.
I open it up, and I'm counting on you, young Sesk. And I shake his tiny kid hand with my giant robot hand.
Not Midoriya.
Right. He's just like, all right. And he's like, and thank you.
Don't thank me yet. Give me about an hour.
Yeah. Give me about an hour.
And then, we head off unless anybody's got any reason why we should.
No reason here.
Give me 1 second.
Well, time to spill some blood, guys.
Oh god.
Let's go save an orphanarium.
No one ever says that adoption isn't bloody.
Look, all we're doing is we're helping the general public through violence.
Through violence.
All right, it looks like our party is about to check out this mysterious orphanage and find out what's got these kids all freaked out. Tune in next time for the next episode of the Paragon Company, the Bazuldu Home for Wayward Children. I want to give a huge thanks to our artist at Cactus Toad on Instagram. I think they did a great job. Also, all music for the video is by Will Savino. I'll link his YouTube channel and other stuff in the descriptions below. Alright, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next time. Take care.